So, years ago, almost a decade ago, around 2011, maybe even 2010, so maybe actually a decade ago, I wrote a web series called Once a Day. Now, I wrote this web series and actually started shooting it, but I never released it for several reasons. One of which was doubt. The other was one of the main actors had some family issues and basically, kind of lost their acting mojo, just didn't want to continue acting. And that kind of threw a wrench in the web series, because they're one of the main actors. Anyway, but yeah, so check it out right now. I'm going to play it. And I'm not going to tell you what it's about. When it's finished, I'm going to do another video telling you what it's supposed to be about, because what I'm going to show you is missing the beginning and missing the end. So you may or may not get the context. But definitely comment below. Tell me what you think about this. Should I continue it? Should I not continue it? All right.
All right, so I'm going to walk you through the first part of this web series. It starts with our protagonist, searching online for different pills. They're searching on the black market for, a certain type of pill that he's been seeing people recommend on his blog. And he's encountered one called Midazole. So he decides to take the chance and order it, despite the fact that, he's kind of skeptical, but at this point he's desperate because he's been suffering some serious, insomnia episodes. So here we are on another day. He's just working out, something he does to pass the time, burn off some energy, burn off the stress, because we're trying to establish that, he's, well, one, he keeps fit, but two, he's just trying to handle the stress in any way, shape, or form. So, knock, knock, he hears a knock at the door, and that's going to get his attention.
Yeah, Mr. Downey?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey man, just sign right there for me.
Here, right there?
All right, man. Alright, that's it, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Yep, that was Robin Chin, by the way. He's behind the camera as well. So I was behind the camera when we were shooting him. So pretty much this is like an old delivery box that I got that we, stuffed some old pills in there. And he's looking on the label and looking at the instructions, and he's gonna see once a day, which kind of confuses him because, a lot of the time pills might say take two pills. So he's confused. He can't figure out why one pill would work. He's been taking pills for years and never has one pill ever worked. So he's questioning how potent this could possibly be. So this is him just waiting around, waiting for it to work. Clearly it's not working, right? Midazole. What a horrible label. This is what happens when you have no budget. Yeah, we literally shot this with no budget. We literally just, got together when we could and just shot what we could with what we had. Used up a lot of natural lighting.
What's the worst?
So here he is, taking the plunge and taking two, even though the instructions say take once a day. Who is this guy? Who is this handsome guy?
I need a favor. Actually, I was trying to get some sleep.
Right. Sleep. Right. Look now.
My car broke down and my call auto assistance, but them said I'm going to take about an hour, hour and a half, and I really can't wait that long on this road.
Ah, man, I shouldn't. I kind of.
Virgin, but they're on Dykes Road. Look, no, I wouldn't be calling your ass if I desperately need it.
Dog, Dyke Road? What are you doing so far?
Yo, look, no, I was dropping a cat home and decided to take a little shortcut on the way back. And yo, no, no time for answer the question. Yo, just hurry up, Mr.
Alright. But you owe me big time, dog. I'm coming.
Bam. Takes the second pill. The Matrix has opened.
In there already?
No, you're good, man, yeah.
And then stagger. Stop. Blurred. Give it blurred right there.
I know.
Shake off.
Tracking.
Alright, so
Wake up.
down in the scene on the floor unconscious, he wakes up slowly and notices it's daylight. Wiping the sleep out of his eyes and tasting his breath, he comes to a realization. And then groggily, he says, hold up. Oh my god, I slept. It worked.
Oh my god, I slept.
As you can hear us giving him directions, pretty much there are two reasons for this. Well, one, we had planned to do ADR because we shot this in my old apartment back in 2010, 2011, and it was a very noisy apartment. You know, we were right next to two major roads, and yeah, you could hear nothing but cars and horns and bikes, you know, trucks. So yeah, we didn't really care whether or not our voices were in it because we were going to do ADR. So we more spent the time just kind of directing the actor literally. You know, this was back in the day when I was just learning how to direct.
Turn on the TV.
And I'll be honest, you know, I haven't looked at this footage in years and I didn't think it would still look this good, but I actually like how it looks. The 7D really holds up.
So as Downey starts to redial Carl's number, a clip comes on the news that grabs his attention. He sees a car that looks like Carl's. He turns the TV up. And then on the news he hears, the body of a man was found this morning in bushes near his abandoned car along Dykes Road. The victim is identified as Carl Salmon. His head was bashed in with a blunt object. No motive has been discovered, but it is believed that Mr. Salmons broke down on the road and was possibly accosted by thieves. Police say even though this is a quiet community, lonely roads like this are often prime locations for car thieves to victimize unsuspecting civilians. And then she gets indistinct. And you put the phone down.
So I'm pretty much going to make it play out from here.
Yeah.
Pick it up.
This one right, this one, yeah. I'm gonna drop right another.
No one Kevin Jackson but mine too. No, it's not that Kevin Jackson. Oh.
Alright.
Sean?
Toya?
Oh, wow. Oh. Look at you. Wow. You heard about Carl?
Yeah, I just came here to hold on, man.
Me too. Long time in the seal.
Yeah, we used to come here a lot when we worked in surgery.
Yeah. Time flies, doesn't it?
People dying, apparently.
couldn't believe when I heard. I still can't believe it. I mean, how?
It's been 5 years?
About that.
Imagine that.
What's worse is that it took a friend's death to bring us back together.
I know, right?
This was our spot, man.
Yeah.
We used to get into all sorts of shit here. I mean, we used to what? Go to school, round.
First kiss.
God, that did not happen. That never happened.
So what have you been up to lately, girl?
Hotel management. What about you?
I'm modeling, but business is kind of slow right now. Like, my blog is the only thing that's bringing in a little bit of money.
You have a blog?
Yes.
God, you're still a nerd.
A nerd? Oh, come on, Toya. No one's coming at in years.
When was the last time you saw Carl before all this happened?
You know, I used to hang out with her like every weekend. I was supposed to wake him up this I fell asleep.
I hope you're not blaming yourself.
A little.
You can't. It's not your fault. You can't.
I don't know, Tara. I really don't know. I mean, I've been having some problems. I'm on some new medication and it just knocked me the fuck out.
Sean, don't blame yourself. What happened? Happened. See, this society is going to fucking hell. Alright? As a matter of fact, you're lucky say you never did go, because you probably would have dead too.
You know, we really had some fun times together.
Yeah. Remember we used to play last lick? Last lick.
Oh, come here.
All right. Run.
I'm unfit.
Okay, I've been here quite a while now and I have to go. I have stuff to do.
Yeah, me too. I don't think so, go blind. But wait. I really think we need to catch up on things, you know? Like, what are you doing tonight?
I might be busy.
Oh, come on, Toya.
Fine.
Running. All right.
Here's my number. Call me.
I will.
Bear in mind, this was a long time ago. It was shot on a Canon 7D, and it was shot for no money. Right? This is a no-budget film in the truest sense of the word. And the thing is, let me tell you, I really, really love the story. I actually, what made me do this, you know, finish editing what we had and deciding now to release what we shot, is because this year, 2020, you know, during the COVID, nothing's happening. I decided, you know, a web series festival came up, and I just decided, you know what, let me just submit the script to this web series festival. See what happens, just for kicks. And I submitted to it, and I actually made it to the semifinals. Their website says that I made it to the finals, but I've only gotten an official semifinals award or recognition from the festival. So, you know, the laurel thing. But I consider that a really good accomplishment, especially for something that I wrote in 2011, 2010, 2011 that, you know, I have not really looked back at since in terms of editing it. And it's something that I wanted to revisit. Now, let me just talk to you about why I stopped this project, besides the actor dropping out, which definitely was a big deal, but we really could have reshot. We could have just said, hey, let's reshoot. But the other thing was like literally, like a couple months after we shot, a movie very similar in concept came out, and the movie was really good. I remember going to the theaters and saying, hey, let me go check this movie out. Sat down in the theater watching it, and as I was watching it, I was just stewing inside because I was just like, this concept is very similar to my story, and they're doing it so well. And I felt bad because I felt like if I release my film now, everyone is going to think I'm copying that film. I'm not going to say what the film is. This is one of those stories where I think you have to decide for yourself when you watch it. But over time I got over that, and since then I've kind of grown as a filmmaker. I've attended a lot of writing workshops. I eventually got hired to teach script writing. I've been involved in film at, many different levels. And, having learned a lot, now I think I can go back and redo this, with brand new eyes, brand new knowledge. And I realize now that my story really wasn't that similar. I was really hanging on to one little concept, which really and truly, I think other films have come out since then with the same premise. I was thinking way too deeply about it. So, anyway, point is, I'm going to remake this series, and I want you guys to kind of look on what it looked like back then, because I really and truly, I don't like to waste footage. When I say waste footage, meaning that, we spent a lot of energy shooting this thing. Actors gave their time to this thing, crew gave their time to this thing. And it always bums me out when I work on a project and nothing comes out of the project. The project just gets shelved, especially on no budget, because that's people spending their time. It's one thing if somebody spent money and that person who spent the money decided they don't want to continue, but they've paid everybody. Then it's like, all right, I'm really bummed it's not coming out. Would look good on my resume, but at least I got paid for it. So I do feel it, and I decided, I'm gonna just show it now, as rough as it is. As much as the sound isn't great, etc., I'm gonna still release it because I actually do like the vibe of it. I like how it turned out. I love how the acting turned out. I like the story pace, etc. Honestly speaking, if that actor, who's a good friend of mine, wasn't going through that stress that he had gone through, that kind of forced him to step away from acting, I definitely would have continued.